or morning or day, wherever you are. Canadians, some from Mexico. We're here. Some from South Africa. Hi. Good to see you guys. The light. Okay, yeah, we usually start with a short meditation just to arrive and settle in and open the mind and kind of clear away the thoughts of the day, become really present, even to forget about the people here in the room, in a sense, like you're really here to join with the Holy Spirit, to get in touch with your higher self, with the guide, inner guide. And that we can do that together is just a big, big blessing. And it's fun and it's nice to see everybody and join. But we don't need to be concerned about other people. That's the beauty of this. So we could co-lead a short meditation, perhaps.
Yeah. You can really just let this moment take us into the present. Gently sinking into the now. Remembering that right here, right now, is all you've ever needed. Letting thoughts of past or future just melt away. Letting ourselves feel safe to experience whatever is here for us. Gently knowing that nothing needs to change right here, right now. Can just be as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the Holy Spirit is very present. It's a force of light and love that is just seeking us and calling us, inviting us. To just bathe in its light. It takes care of worry and concern and fear. It sucks it up. So yeah, we invite you all to this moment and this session together, because it's very beautiful to come together for the purpose of healing and awakening. There is nothing better. There is no better use of time, no better use of the mind than to give ourselves to this one purpose of forgiveness, clearing, of seeing any blocks to love, to peace of mind. And as we come in here to the room and become present with each other, we can see what, if there is anything in the mind that feels like a block to love or block to the Spirit's presence. And just be with exactly how you're feeling. And see if you can just become really present with yourself, with what's there for you. And Jesus has told us in the Course that, and if you want to open your eyes and come back from the meditation, you're welcome to. If you want to keep your eyes closed, you're welcome to. I wanted to share about, just a little bit as a lead-in today, about the guilt in the mind. As we live here in the world, we encounter so many obstacles to peace. There are so many problems and annoyances and fears, difficulties that we encounter. And every day they come up, those problems, and they can seem to come from within, or they can seem to be outside of us. And it can seem to be a struggle. And usually we interpret that they come from outside. Even when they appear in a person, that is still outside of the mind. If we see it as a problematic event that has caused us to feel a certain way, or we think we are a problem, maybe. Sometimes people think they have psychological issues and strong patterns, strong blocks. And that's still outside of the mind, actually. And Jesus says, whatever we perceive as a problem, like he's saying, like that it is something, it feels like the world has thrusted something upon us, like a difficult childhood, maybe, or anything that is problematic, or difficult authorities, or a problematic president, leadership, or something like that. He's saying, of all the many causes you perceive bringing pain and suffering to you, your guilt was not among them. So the guilt is the only problem. When we have released the guilt, we will see a world in peace. We will see a world that is just light and easy, and it's a world that is supporting us because it's seen with the Holy Spirit. It's with our true self, with the light. It's a world where the miracles happen naturally. And I opened up the dreamer of the dream in the course before this session, and he's saying there that once you were unaware of what the cause of everything the world appeared to thrust upon you, uninvited and unasked, must really be. He's saying once upon a time you were unaware of what this was. He's saying of one thing you were sure, of all the many causes you perceived as bringing pain and suffering to you, your guilt was not among them. So this is because there is a block here in the mind that we don't want to see the guilt. We want the guilt to rest upon the world as being the cause for the separation and for all the problems. Like that's the condition of the separation, of the separated mind. It doesn't want to see that there has been a turning away from peace of mind, from wanting to be one with God. But here we are gathered for the awakening, and if you're on the path, a spiritual path, you have chosen this purpose to really start to look at and wanting to look at the mind, at your own mind, and wanting to release that big lump that is the guilt. And you may even have started to feel the guilt in certain situations, like you feel bad if you're angry at somebody. You feel somehow there is a sense that it's something in you, in yourself, that is causing this. There's a self-hatred. So that's what we're working with, each and every one, is to look within. And he's saying there is a fear to look within because you think you're going to see like a monster. You think you're going to see something evil inside. So there is a lot of distraction. Like the desire to distract is enormous. And the desire to not go deep, to be very busy with little things or meaningless things, or even addictions. That desire can be very strong because of this conclusion, this false conclusion that there is something evil within, if we look within. But he's saying, what if you look within and saw no sin? What if you looked within and saw that you are perfectly loved and that you are love? And he's saying too, the mind is so twisted, it doesn't want to see that. But somewhere we know we do. The right mind wants to see. The right mind is that all the time. So this is just a journey of unveiling that, of getting in touch with that. Yeah, so I feel a lot of love and I feel very, very happy to be here with you all. And we usually have some sharing in those sessions. We open up the room for people to bring up thoughts and questions and issues for healing. And I feel open now too to maybe introduce ourselves, or some of you who are new here, you could just introduce yourselves if you like. There is no pressure.
Hi guys.
Hello. Nice to see you guys.
Lovely to be here. I feel privileged to be here and in this space. And so my name is Catherine, and this is Denise, but I will let him introduce himself. And we've been studying the course for about 2 years, but both of us have been in personal development for some time. And finding the course was just such a falling into place of so many things. And we've gone very deep in a very short space of time, and we've had some support along the way. And our group had gone, life has happened with them and they are not meeting anymore. And it's really lovely to have been invited into a new space and to experience your teaching, and already feel like stuff has landed for me this evening. I really connect and resonate with you, especially Jenny. We found each other, and after our conversation the other day, I was just beaming, and I find myself looking at you and just feel like beaming. You're a beautiful demonstration of the course and about living this work and motivation to get through the tough times, and that looking within, that the mind so desperately does not want to do. and loves to understand, but to practice is a different story. So thank you for having us. It's wonderful to be here. And thank you all for welcoming us into your space.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Thanks for the sweet words. It's really delightful to get to know you, and yeah, that you're here. Thank you.
So my name is René, and I'm on this beautiful journey with Kat. And yeah, like you said, it only started like 2 years ago, but the principles of actually living and experiencing miracles has been in my world for close to 10 years. And it was really amazing going through the course and doing the lesson a day, because we are so driven to actually experience the lesson rather than understand it. The course took us almost 2 years to work through, and a year and 7 months, and it was really about the experience. And it was so amazing that and like she said, we had beautiful support along the way, but the group that we were in, the person that was running it moved to a different place, and he said he'll start it again at some point. And I was thinking, as we started with this meditation, it's like my soul is being fed again. Like, woohoo! I'm so happy to be there. Thank you so much. It's amazing to be part of this group and to meet you guys. I feel blessed to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, René. Is that your name?
Yeah, René.
Yeah. And beautiful. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, for you who don't know it, we do meet twice a week. We offer those sessions, and we have an online Christmas retreat. So there is a lot of opportunity to come together. It's very powerful to come together. We really need that at this point of the journey. Meet the mighty companions, and just the coming together is miraculous. The joining of minds, it just removes obstacles. Just the joining of minds. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Celia, nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I am delighted to be here. I was coming earlier in the year, and then for various reasons it sort of fell away. But I'm thinking about you and thinking about the wonderful retreats you offer, and somewhere inside me there's going to be a possibility at some point. What you were just saying about the joining of minds, that's why I'm here, because I know that just being in this group is being in oneness, and that feeds me. That really feeds me. And I've just done a lovely weekend retreat with Kiran Jay, and so I'm really riding on the crest of a wave at the moment, because that was so wholesome and helpful and deep. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here, and it's lovely to see you all. So thank you.
Thank you. It's very lovely to see you again.
Yeah, it's sweet to have you with us, Celia.
Does anyone else feel prompted or called or inspired to share? It's really sweet to see you, Karin, again. Karin was here with us a few weeks ago for a month, I think. Yeah.
I have been in Denmark for 3 weeks now, and I don't understand that it's 3 weeks, because I still feel I'm at your place when I think of you. It's really strange, this. Where am I? Yeah. Yeah, I feel so grateful for this stay at you, and I can really see how much it has changed something inside me, and that I want to do it again. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for offering this these opportunities that we can Zoom as well, because yeah, I like it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know what to say. I just feel grateful for being here. Yeah, and see you. Awaken to Love community and Bridget Rose. Yeah, we yeah, we stay together for this. Yeah.
And there are 3 more here, Karin. And
okay, we're sitting in the sofa. Yeah. Hi.
Can you see?
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Yeah. Nice to see that. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel so grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool what you shared. Just thinking about us, feel like you're here.
Yeah. It's really strong. It is, this connection. So yeah.
The oneness.
Yeah, that's a oneness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the true joining.
Yeah.
Joining of minds. Yeah.
And I have just arrived from my son and daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, because I sometimes cook for them, and I go there and eat with them, and they asked me if I was coming Christmas Eve, and then I got this doubt. Oh no, I want to be on your retreat, but I want to be both. I want to be at their place and I want to be at that retreat. So I'm really, yeah, that's conflicting. I can see that. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just need to say, you will see. You're open.
Yeah, I said that. I will see. I just have to, and then my son said, it doesn't matter if you don't come. So it's not that, yeah, I have to feel what I want. Yeah. Yeah. I can't have both at the same time. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I just say to the Holy Spirit, you make it clear. And because they say Gemini, I was born in the sign of Gemini, and I mean, I think, I'm not really Gemini. I'm the Christ, but but this thing, I think we all have that. We want, many things at the same time. We can't choose. It seems to be impossible to choose between the forms.
Yeah.
It is. So it's just to give it up, give it over to Spirit and say, show me. Many times I only knew the last minute, the last moment, what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will leave it and say I decide in last minute, and that's also okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good advice. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for sharing.
Much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nice to see so many tonight. Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to mention that feeling you had of feeling so different when you came home, and the change of scenery, or and of course your immersion with the community here and all the healing you did here. The allowance made way for that shift.
Yes. And I am Zooming every day with a group with Mighty Companions, and I could see that, wow, I have changed something inside me when I started that group again. When I came home, it was so clear to me that I have been at your place and I've been going so deep. So they're very inspired of what I'm talking about, and they say they also want to go, or one of them. But let us see. Yeah, they're very inspired. So what I learned at your place, we use it at home now. So I think it's, that's one mind.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Karin, so
Yeah.
much for sharing.
Mm.
Is anybody else drawn to share? You can bring up something or share really anything on your heart. It's good to see you, Julie, again too. Hi. It's good to see everybody again. Patrick, did you raise your hand?
Hi, I'm having a little trouble with my phone, but I just wanted to catch up with you a little bit. I'm in the United States, and a couple months ago, I left Texas and moved to Iowa, where I had lived before. So I'm here now in the cold, and my thing was my relationship with my wife is a big focus for me, and it's not, the relationship is not over. I'm trying to divorce her, but we've been married for so long that the relationship doesn't go away, and she's still a great teacher for me, because I have a lot of issues around money and control and lack and intimacy, and these were all issues when we were living together, and they remain issues because some of it's just memory, but we're all, the money is still all unsettled, and I have all these reasons for blaming her, but I guess the lesson is for me to know that whatever sins I put on her are really coming from me, in a sense. So, and it's pretty clear in a lot of, I'm not sure what to do in some cases, like, because she seems so insane to me, but it's definitely an opportunity for forgiveness. And the whole thing about, I have a lot of guilt about my behavior, I guess, and so I'm kind of on the edge. Sometimes I'm, seeing the blame in her, and sometimes just taking the responsibility myself. But I really do, I've felt some openings lately as far as, seeing myself as the Christ, and not limiting myself to my ego concept. So I still have to live in the world, and I still have to, I'm not just living in like a ball of light and love. I have to deal with people and, relationships. But I'm feeling some, some days I really feel connected, and I really appreciate the ability to connect with you people, because I'm pretty isolated right now. I don't really have that many contacts, or I haven't really established that many contacts where I'm living right now. So it's good to connect with the mighty companions. So thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. It's good to have you here. Very good.
You.
Yeah, and I know the value of joining with mighty companions, also through those life changes like especially through those, it can be very helpful to have a mighty companion to talk with and bounce the stuff with, you know, because it's, yeah, sometimes we can get lost in our own stuff. And yeah, so if you want to join with me sometime, I'm open to having a call with you.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
It's good. I feel on the awakening, we are taking on this deep journey of deep change, but it can be a lot of pulling into the past, or yeah, if there isn't enough support, it can be a little tricky. But we're here. We're here together with you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Yeah, holding hands, keeping purpose out front, keeping the strength of spirit, the clarity out front.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
So yeah, I sent you a message last night about the plane tickets to Guatemala. I woke up this morning, I had a bunch of fear in my body. And then Angie got a message from one of our friends who had done this before. And he said that first there was a bunch of immigration across the border and that they were not letting people through. So we called immigration to find out. And they basically said, yeah, I likely wouldn't be able to get back into Mexico if I went to Guatemala. And so then the thoughts came into my mind of like, how can I trust if these types of things keep happening? And so then I was like, well, I need you to show me that I can trust. And then I opened up the course and it opened up to faith, and it talked all about losing faith and how to pray to have faith renewed where faithlessness had come. And so then I laid and I did that. I prayed for some time and fell asleep. And when I woke up, Angie had run into the door and hit her knee on something. And then she had a lot of doubt thoughts come up. And so she expressed them with me and cried. And then I had doubt thoughts too. It's like the same doubt thoughts I've expressed before. Like, are we supposed to come to Spain? Are we supposed to go traveling? Is this the right thing? Because it's like, yet again, like another seeming roadblock. Looks like external, but it's not. And as I was sitting there and looking at what looked like problems, I saw something on Facebook, and it reminded me of seeing it as I'm dreaming this, and really not to take it serious, that there's only one problem and I'm perceiving separation, and to come back to seeing that. But I'm still in a place of like feeling like, you know, what's going on. You know, there is a sense of relief because I felt fear about crossing the border, and it's like, okay, well, I don't have to do that. So there's like that thought in my mind is now kind of at ease. But as far as, you know, what's going to happen, there's still kind of this like unknown, but we do have a potential next step. I mean, everywhere we've gone and talked to, they said, talk to somebody else, talk to them, and we go talk to them, and they say, no, go back to them. And so we've basically run around in circles. And, you know, there's a place we can go this afternoon after the call to see if I can get a provisional ID number for Mexico so that I can get the vaccine. But I mean, we don't know if that's going to work. And I mean, the problem is in the mind, and I don't know what that is. I see the doubt thoughts. And then I knew two things this morning. I felt two things in guidance, was to pray for after I opened the course and read the piece about the faith, is to pray for faith. And then Angie opened the course and she said something. She said a bunch of things about what she read, but one thing stuck out about joining. So it was like, we need to join with our brothers. And then it was like, okay, we're doing this Zoom call. So I know to pray to have my faith renewed, and also to come and join this Zoom call. And other than that, yeah, I mean, we have this thing we can do this afternoon, but I'm not clear what the resistance is. I mean, I saw in what Angie was expressing today, there's these thoughts of like, you know, it doesn't look like our relationship is true because it doesn't look like we believe a relationship should look like, as it seems to be transitioning from these ideas we've had about relationships to what a holy relationship is that we don't know about aside from what people have told us. And so then all these thoughts come up that say, this isn't right. It's not supposed to be this way. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, I can pray for faith and that's it. And I want to keep connected to that prayer going forward because as it's looking, it's like, there's like, no. But I then am reminded I don't know what all these no's are for. And then I can come back to the place of, okay, show me. And yeah, we've been shown different steps along the way, and I'm expecting these steps to turn into, okay, everything's resolved now, but then they bring us to another thing. And I see the things in my mind, all the pieces, all the fears that have come up along the way that I've like pushed into the unconscious. And yeah, I don't know, I guess in this moment, I'm feeling kind of a resolve. Like I'm feeling like there is the capacity to have faith and in the process. But yeah, I'm still noticing the doubt thoughts. They just don't have as much kind of juice as they once did. Like they're not as believable. They didn't stick around for as long. Like joining today, I noticed they all melted away, and then there was just an experience of one presence without the interruption of these thoughts.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything you can see for us. I don't know if Angie has something she would like to share too, or if you.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels really right. You know what? The message of faith and the trust. That's where everything lies. You know, to walk in trust. And those little steps that seem fearful are the way to face the guilt in the mind. Because, like I said in the beginning, the only issue here is the guilt in the mind. And it gets projected onto the world, onto the traveling or the authorities in the country, what they can do to you, against you, but instead to face that fear and walk in faith and walk in trust. I mean, this is how the guilt is getting undone. It's all about that. It's all about undoing the guilt. That's why you're guided anywhere. You know, that's the only reason to be guided anywhere, is for the undoing of the guilt. So I feel it's happening. I feel you, Wesley and Angie. Strengthening in faith.
Yeah, for me, come up the same feelings that are common that come up, these doubt thoughts that about our relationship is fake, this no world need be different, and feel that Wesley love me, have all these preferences in his mind, and this is how no work in the outside. No can look like blocks outside, but in the end, it's something reflection that our mind that no one stay with me. I'm not good enough to he stay with me, and I come up a lot of emotions for that and express last night the same thing, come up the same thing for me, like that, this perception, wrong perception that I don't feel Wesley want stay with me in this relationship, and I feel this is the reflection, and I want the correction in my mind because I still perceive in this way that the past Saturday watched the movie with David, and in one part staying in a wedding, in the middle of the wedding, and asked for yes or no, and the lady had a lot of doubts, no one married with this man, and Wesley watched the movie and say no, and I feel that he felt the same feelings, that no was true married with me before and no was true thinking married legal now, and this is a resistance in the mind, and look like you go outside the country, Guatemala or wherever country, come back is the next step, married legal, and he have a lot of resistance married with me, and no can happen, no can open outside because no open inside. This a relation is a fake. I have all this wrong perception always, and come a lot of emotion with this, that I don't feel safe and feel that thoughts that this is helpful or force my ego identity that not feel worthy to receive love.
And maybe we pause, Angie, for a moment and just stay with the feeling, that emotion of what if he doesn't love me, that feeling you're expressing. What if Wesley doesn't love you? What if he doesn't want to marry you? That feeling, we need to just stay, you need to just stay with the feeling for a moment, I think, and, be in touch with it now. And I feel like you are, and we are with you, and I think, yeah. Somehow we're feeling like this is not really new. It's not really triggered by the relationship with Wesley. It's coming from a deep place in the mind. Maybe you recognize that unworthiness in the mind.
Yeah. And I've started because I am expressed for a year, a bunch of stuff, and surrendering all this feeling and pray for correction, and it still come up, and it was the thoughts last night. This is helpful. What happened? The correction. When happened the correction? Need years feeling that and pray for correction and no healing.
Yeah, it can feel that way. It's a very deep journey. You can feel like, oh my God, the change never happens. I keep feeling those feelings. But as far as I can tell, Wesley keeps being there by your side every day, every time. You guys are there together. He's sticking to it. And I know that those relationships that are guided, you guys have been guided to be together. They are there to flush up the ego. And so it's rare that it's your preferred ideal partner in form that shows up. It's more common that it is a forgiveness lesson. We joined a lot with Peter and Solveig, who are here in the community, and they were saying about each other, this is not my dream partner. And Peter asked me one time, is this really meant to be? Because I don't feel the same romantic thing like I have been in the past. So it was this confusion. But then there was this deeper knowing that yeah, this is very, very healing and very, very helpful and completely guided. Just to undo these form preferences, which are just coming from fear. If we look at them closely, they are coming from fear.
I used to perceive that I'm this identity and I'm this woman and need that somebody love me like this identity, prove in this identity and not remember who we are. I still have this necessity that love me in this identity. And this is the truth.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's how it goes. And Jesus says the only problem with your holy relationship is that it still has specialness in it, you know. And that's the only problem with your holy relationship. So, yeah. But luckily it's not, you know, you're not judged for that, for wanting to be special, wanting to be the special one. You know,
yeah, I judge myself that still these feelings and don't like it the way that his preference, and he always expressed that no have attraction with me, have attraction for all the women, neither with me. And what is the reason that God is saying with me?
shall we ask him? What is the reason why you're staying with Angie, Wesley?
We have a shared purpose that means more than anything I've ever done in my life. and I love her. And every time I check in, regardless of all the stories that come up about all the preferences and the things that seem to be important, when I check in with my heart is just here with her. And for me, it's that simple. I can just check in with that. And there's no voice that says you need to do it because of this, this, and this. It's like, no, this is true. This is what you want. And then all the other stories and attractions to women and whatever, I just expose them because I know that they're not ultimately the truth. I feel these sensations in my body. I feel this draw to these other bodies, but I know there's something deeper, and I know that that's what Angie and I are moving towards. And those things are not important, and I'm not giving my power to them. So, and we're going through the process of, I'm the one who's triggering her feelings of unworthiness, and my guilt comes up by her feeling unworthy. So we're supporting one another in her having her self-hatred come up in this way, and me feeling guilty about it so that I can release my guilt and she can release her self-hatred, or whatever form it takes. But that's generally the way it looks. And it's really difficult process. And we have been going through it for quite a period of time. And I mean, I'm not giving up, and I don't think Angie's giving up either, but I know she's in a lot of pain. And yeah, I mean, I've been going through a lot of pain too. And we're in this together. From my perspective, we're in this together. And I've had my own doubt thoughts, and so I can understand her doubt thoughts and totally relate to them. And I want to trust that it is guided, and that we just don't know. David said to us, like, on the other side of this is light. Like when we had whatever, some of this stuff, what these feelings come up, on the other side, keep going, on the other side of this is light. And I have not been to that place, but I want to trust that David, who has initially guided our relationship and now working with you guys, I want to trust that what is being shown is actually moving us there. And that's why all of those things are why I'm in the relationship. I'm not wanting to relate to life and what drives me in life as my primal impulses. And I've lived that way my whole adult life, being primarily driven by primal impulses, sexual, eating, need for comfort, whatever these things are. And Angie and I have been like, it feels like coal that has the pressure for 1 million years and turns into a diamond. It feels like that pressure. and I want to see, and we've had this conversation. I know she's just got these doubt thoughts coming up. We've had this conversation that we know we're in this together, and we want to see what's on the other side of this. We had this conversation like 4 days ago. So, yeah. It's just been intense for her for the last few days. And for me before that for a couple of days. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for proclaiming you're in the purpose of the relationship, and it's very strong and powerful, and the ego desires have no chance. They have no chance whatsoever. With that willingness, Angie, did you hear him? That is powerful. That is power. It's going to wash away the ego when you both have that strong, clear purpose. It's not a joke. Yeah. Yeah, we watched Evan Almighty the other day, and God comes to the wife in the form of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And he's saying, what is he saying? When you pray to learn patience, yeah.
You're given the opportunities.
Yeah. He asked her, will God just give you patience, or will he give you the opportunities to learn patience? It's like, okay. God will give the opportunities to learn patience. Like, how will you ever wash away the jealousy issue other than in a relationship where you can face the jealousy? It is like Wesley was saying, it's a perfect designed opportunity here, and you both know so deeply what the purpose is. So only trust is justified. Only trust is really justified. Doubt is not really justified, although it's okay, it comes up, but it's not needed here because the purpose is so deep and strong. It's really beautiful. And everybody, I know so many people that go through these kind of issues. Like, maybe we should play this song. We're all in this together, where the singer sings, he loves her and she loves him and he loves her, and but we're all in this together. That there is this fear of losing something, and often in relationship, to lose someone is such a deep fear that is getting washed. You guys are doing it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, we have Anne with us. Hi, Anne. Nice you could join us here for a bit.
I'm so sorry. I've just been sat here and realised, it's the wrong time zone I'm in, so I didn't think to cancel. Don't know why, but anyway, I'm here. So I don't know how long you're going on for, Jenny. Am I?
About an hour.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet everybody anyway.
So people have shared a little bit about themselves, or if there is an issue, or so it's been really sweet. And yeah, So, yeah. That's good. I think we'll just say thanks to Angie and Wesley for sharing, and we go on to next here. It's funny when that happens, Anne. You get a whole. You had your own session watching your thoughts there for an hour when you were waiting.
No, it's really interesting that you're on talking about holy relationship. I don't know if that's the theme of these meetings. I don't even know. But I've just been through something with my friend, and it's like, oh, wow, I'm on the right.
You want to share?
Well, it looks like some people have got hands up, so I'm quite happy to do that afterwards. Yeah.
Well, if it's on the theme and we're just welcoming you here, you can bring it up.
Okay. Yeah. What's been happening over and over and over, and it's probably happened all my life, is that, I take responsibility for my relationship with somebody, whoever it might be. And then it all goes pear-shaped because they don't fit my plan of how it should go. But it doesn't appear like that. It appears like I'm being very nice and very concerned about them. But really digging under the surface without even trying to dig, it's like, Holy Spirit, just help me with this, because I keep ending up feeling like I'm being let down by the other, overlooked and invisible, actually, like I don't matter. That's just been a theme of my life. And it came up again with my friend, and it's like, I don't know how to deal with this. And what I recognize within it is like, I just abandon myself in relationships completely and don't ask for my needs to be met. It's like somehow they'll work out what they are, and they don't. Funny enough. So it was so terrifying to actually really confront the issue, but I had to do it. It was just there, and it had to be like said, and it's been said to two people on the same day in different ways. But yeah, it was so frightening then, to leave a stale atmosphere, because that's what frightens me. It's like, they're going to abandon me. And that's really such a core belief. I'm going to get abandoned, by the other, so anything to do with, taking full responsibility seems to jump out the window, and I'm back to feeling very much like this person that's being hurt, and being able to actually say out loud and, exactly how I feel. And it didn't go across well, not at all. But we came together again today, and it was like, for hours last night, just really, please help me, Holy Spirit, because I can't see how I could have done this differently. I don't know, but I feel really awful at the same time. And we came together, and I didn't want to come together with her. I'd sooner just, say, okay, that's the end of that relationship. Thank you. Let's just move on and keep in the loop. But I came together with her today, and the conversation came up, it was nice on the surface for a little while. And then the conversation just moved into it. And we could both see our own part in that looping. She's playing the part that I need, and I'm playing the part that she needs, so that we can actually come together and heal it. She felt very guilty for her behaviour. When she really looked at the guilt that was underneath. And
how beautiful.
Yeah. Kaz, I think, Jenny, anyway, but we've been friends for donkey's years, but we've always, kept a lot on the surface just in case, I'll get abandoned. So I don't know if that makes proper sense. I don't know how to put it any better than that, but it's like, just like, I couldn't do any different, and I didn't actually need to. And it's like I didn't abandon myself, which is really, really, something that I'm learning finally, like, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's like, it's like I don't have to keep abandoning myself, like in order to keep hold of something. Because if it's meant to go or it's meant to leave, it just will do, or the person or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
beautiful.
It is. It just feels like, because the love was there underneath. It was just hidden by all this, way of acting out, really, and getting caught in patterns of behaviour with each other.
Precious. Thank you for sharing that. It can take a lot to change a lifetime of feeling so much unworthiness. So to start to see,
that's so it. That sense of unworthiness, like I'm not even worth, looking after myself. And that's not Spirit's will for me.
No. It's beautiful. Yeah, you're worthy. We're all worthy to stay with how we feel in each moment, really, and to reconnect with Spirit and with our own feeling. Yeah. We can even take a moment now, all of us here, and we've heard some sharings, and just take a moment and reconnect and kind of give over the sharings. Yeah, so we have a few minutes left of the session, and we can move on to Julie. Thank you, Anne. We'll see you in a couple of days, literally.
It's so good. It's so good to be here with you. When you opened, you said, Jenny, you talked about the guilt that we don't see. And it really touched me, because I've in the last few months I've been pretty much present and in peace, and in the last week and today I experienced despair, and it seems to be linked with the fear of lack and financial lack, and it's really seems to be the outside, and I keep praying to see that, to turn inward, and I tend to I want to expose it, because there's shame linked to it, and I'm not comfortable talking about it. But I want to see and expose, and release that guilt. If guilt there is, I cannot, it's like I'm not in contact with it, like there's something that's veiling it. But the other day I was reading the lesson, and the first line, and I was with my friend, and it was, my sinlessness protects me from all harm. And my first reaction was to turn around and say, well, I must think that I'm sinless, because I really think that I'm being hurt right now by something outside, that I'm being hurt because I'm limited with, I cannot travel, financial situation. So I built and it feels so good just to be here with you, that it almost like I talk about it and I'm not in despair. Like I don't feel the despair. I feel the hope. I feel the light. I see the light, and it's very, very moving, just by being joined in the moment. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
I would really want to see this differently, because it's been a theme that comes back, it seemed to be all my life, and that's what's so that puts, it's like I hear the ego voice saying, well, it's been there all your life, it's not going to go away now, right? So it's even more, it feels more thick and impossible to be free of, or to release, really. Like it's a curse. I believe it's a curse, kind of.
Yeah, so that's a conclusion that we need to question.
Yeah.
Whenever we recognize those kind of conclusions in the mind, that this is just how I am, or this is just what it is, then it's sneaky. The ego has crept in and, kind of stated something. But to expand, we need to really question those conclusions. So it's very good to identify them first. There are many, many, many conclusions made in the mind all the time about who you are, who you think you are. And they are all false.
They're all false. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I'm glad that you're here and that you're feeling the kitty cat. He's just showing us how easy it is to just be.
I keep having the clue, or the prompt to go get a cat, actually, to ease me out of this, and I keep resisting. But
it's confirmed.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious, Julie.
Thank you.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Thanks for being here and opening up your heart. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, I've been listening to the community Spreaker, like all of them, and they bring me into peace and joining. Like it's so beautiful. It's like rain. It's like even the silence. Yeah. So thank you so much for daring and for being open to, even if sometimes for some of you it was not easy to know that you're being recorded and all, but it's such a gift, such a blessing. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Hope everyone here in the Awaken to Love community heard.
Yeah. It's like I feel close to all of you.
That's sweet. Yeah, we were open to see if anyone wanted to share about community experience. We're starting to Peter or Solveig or Marian.
I guess, I think Peter and I had the expression. I think Peter had the expression today. The last 3 months have been like 3 years or something. It's have been happening a lot, and yeah, community experience. It brings up everything. It brings up everything, and I guess I came here thinking that I would be here for 6 weeks, and now it seems like I'm going to stay, and that brings up everything too. And yeah, one of the strangest things for me, actually, I think, have been because I've all my life been such a doer, and a lot of stress and thinking that I should what's the word? I protect myself for doing a lot of stuff, and then coming to community, and there's this thing called function, and I was like, everything came up, and then, but actually, the turning around and seeing how beautiful and how mind training and how supporting it can be, and suddenly seeing that it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind, how the form and what you actually do in the world. And I always, for coming into Course in Miracles, I thought that I should, undo the doer was to not do anything, but in a way to see that actually my really practical and want to do things can actually be used by spirit in a way and turned around. That, I think, around community have been the most eye-opening thing for me. And having all this with Matthew, being really angry at him in the beginning for everything, and having this thought of it, that I'm really doing a lot. Why isn't it good enough? And then suddenly it's not about the doing; it's about the mind in it, and him just being consistent, and suddenly have the turnaround in my head. Yeah, I think that's quite beautiful.
Mm.
And it is this, I've been dreaming about or having this longing for community for years, and not getting there, and I can see now had a lot of fear around it too. Because being in it and have it and be in this like the whole time and living in it, it's so it brings up stuff, but it is really heavy mind training and heavy looking at everything, and
it's 24/7.
I needed that because there's so many distractions. Have been so many distractions in my life, and it's so easy to get away from. Get the support in community about it. That's probably being hold to whatever and allow whatever comes up. all the seemingly sense that I believe in.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it can be a self-concept that has been very responsible and like you said, running around to do everything, and distractions in the world, and then coming here with where the purpose is to not do anything unless it is guided.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then I caught myself, especially in the beginning, like a whole day, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm just doing everything, I'm doing a lot of things. And then, but do I want to? Oh, can I question that? Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you, Solveig. Okay. We move on to Julie.
Hi.
Hi, Julie.
I didn't really have anything to say about community. What I was going to say was that what's been up for me the last few days is the lesson. I can't remember the number, but within one of the lessons it says, "Spirit am I, a holy son of God. I cannot suffer. I cannot be in pain. I cannot blah, blah, blah." And this has been really strong up in the last couple of days. So I joined a group. It was in America online, and somebody said something really great in that group. And she said, it's about declaring that, like, take ownership, declare that you are the spirit, because that's what you are. That's your sovereign power. Like, and none of the other stuff is anything, because you are spirit. And like when she said this word declare, it was like, yes, that is it. So anytime there's any like upset or whatever, it's only there as fuel to point you back to that declaration or that knowing. So it's all like, even though it feels yucky sometimes, it's all that great juice, isn't it? I just feel like celebrating that I am spirit. That's how I feel today. I feel like I'm really on a high, because that's what I know that I am, which is, there's so much freedom in that.
Mm-hmm. That's why Jesus puts those lessons in there in between, like, because it is a lot of looking at the ego and looking at the blocks, and then he puts in those lessons. I am spirit. I am the Holy Son of God, and the pain is not real. Like, it's very powerful to.
Yeah, and like if we've been drawn to the Course in Miracles, that's what we're here to learn, and that's like the only thing.
Yeah.
So, and another class I listened to the other day, they said, look, you're either a Course in Miracles student and you're practicing this, or you're not. Like, we know about it. We know the truth.
Yeah. And it's only through forgiveness, like through seeing the blocks, seeing where the guilt has been hiding, that we can experience that we are spirit, that you are. So, yeah, but to have those reminders is just very powerful.
Mm.
Yeah. That's awesome, Julie.
Yeah, and something about the kitten, like I've got this kitten and he's so great because he's so mega relaxed. Like, it's a great lesson for me, because relaxing is something that I've always found really hard. And it gets into these poses, like just now, it just couldn't be more relaxed, But he's also super brave as well. Like, he goes out in any weather, gets soaking wet, doesn't care, out in the snow, out in the middle of the night, all the night. He's just like a warrior. And it's just like, wow, he's like just a great teacher. He's so great. I'm so grateful for him. It's fantastic. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love cats. They are so in the present.
Yeah, just great.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks anyway.
Thank you. Thanks, Julian. Thanks to him. What is his name?
Well, he's got a very long name because my son named him, and he's called Julian A. Francisco. And the A stands for Assange because his father was like obsessed with following that story about Julian Assange. And he's called Francisco because his dad owns a house in Portugal and the valley is called Francisco's.
Beautiful. I love that. The name Julie is in there, and yeah, Saint Francis. I like that.
Yeah.
The middle name I couldn't recognize, but yeah. Sweet. Very good. Well, this has been really delightful.
Yeah.
Really delightful.
Yeah, what a sacred joining we've had here.
Yeah. Topic of community, of relationship, of undoing guilt, following guidance. Yeah. It's perfect. We can just take a moment now to reconnect again. And because when we have been with a lot of people, there is a lot of images and stories maybe, so we can get a little tired. So we can just kind of take a breath and hand over the current thoughts. Say, I'm still guiltless. I'm still innocent. Holy Spirit is still available as the guide. I am in love. Yeah. Beautiful. So we love you, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you very soon, in one way or another. Enjoy the rest of your day and evening.
Yeah, lots of love.
Thank you. Thank you, Marie. Thank you. Thanks, Sam and Barb, everybody. Everybody. Thank you. Good night. You want to come over and say good night here? Michelle is coming over. Michelle and I took a walk tonight during the sunset. You can see the picture on Facebook. I posted it. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.